This over here is a terrible setup working from home. I mean, look at it, no offense. What's worse is that the person working from home here has arthritis, meaning this setup, this posture, and this ergonomics is not good for his health at all, to say the least. But we're gonna fix all of these issues in this video, and this setup is gonna be looking from this to this. So if you are planning to make a work from home setup, this is the video for you. We're gonna go through every single part, why we chose it, and the reasoning behind it. I'm excited to get started. Let's go. By the way, this video is brought to you by OBSbot and their Meet 2 webcam. More about it through the links in the video description below, or learn more later on in this video. Okay, firstly, we're gonna talk about the desk. The desk is from a company called Vernal, and the idea of the desk is obviously sit, stand, desk, and that's all to do with the ergonomics and to improve the sitting and standing for arthritis person. Because if you've got one, you probably know that if you're sitting, having a very bad posture and ergonomics, this is not good for your condition. Now, when setting up the desk, one of the first things we instantly noticed is the quality, and everything's made so well. Everything is sturdy, like all the metal, and everything's thought through. So many times when we were setting this up, we were just saying to each other, wow, this is really high quality. They've really thought about everything. Everything is just amazing. And I've got to tell you, the solid wood options of the worktops, they're unbelievable. This is single-handedly the nicest desk that I have ever tried on the channel, to say the least. The desk we have is called Vernal 3S, and all of the sit stand kind of things are from the same company, including this chair I'm sitting on, but about that in a minute. Another interesting improvement on a standing desk is this keypad for the setup of the up and down and all the functions in here, because it's integrated. It's nothing that kind of sticks out from the desk too much, so you're not going to knock it accidentally with your knee or accidentally touch it. It's really nice, and the buttons are not touch sensitive, but they're actual buttons. Another big bonus is that the cable accessories tray is included, so you don't have to pay extra for that. Now, because we wanted to have the actual cabinet underneath the desk and then the cable accessories was going to be in the way, we actually moved it onto the side, and there was plenty of different screws included that we can just measure it and put it on the side. So now it's not exactly in the middle, but all of our cable tray is out of the way, which is super nice. Now, there's other accessories on the website that you can go for, like a PC case tower holder. So if you want to have your PC underneath the desk, but it kind of fits into the frame, you can do all of that and other things. But I want to keep it simple, so we didn't buy any extra accessories. The desk also comes with little headphone holder accessories on both sides of them, which is really nice addition to already included amazing features. Also, the desk size, meaning the desktop size, we went with a little bit of a smaller version. On the website, you can get larger versions as well, but just to fit into this small area, even this small one looks massive and is a massive improvement compared to the old setup previously. Now, this actually can support up to 125 kilos of weight up and down, and they say that their warranty is for 15 years or 10,000 cycles for that 125 kilos. Now, if you want to, you can easily get a couple of people on there and it can still lift the very heavy load up and down, but then the motors are probably going to run out a little bit.
What? Yeah. How much does it take? Say that? I don't want to bring my new desk. How much does it take? 150. What do you weigh? 70? No, you don't. I'm over 80.
So what you don't want to do is, have really fat people sit on the desk and then going up and down a lot, because it will run out. But I don't think anyone's going to do that. But to have 15 years of warranty about their product, that tells you how confident you are that this is going to last a long time. And when setting this up, that's exactly what you're going to feel. Now, the keypad on the side, you can set different customized positions. There's 1, 2, 3 options available. Super easy to go up and down. Okay, this is my standing position, this is sitting position. Set them however you want. Also, if you don't want your kids to play with it up and down, like my kids like to do, then you can just lock it and don't tell the kids how to unlock it, and then when pressing the buttons, it's not going to go up and down. We did add another side cabinet that you can easily add to your order when checking out on the Vernal website. And that is also to match the matte walnut color that goes underneath the desk. But the thing is, there we can really see the taste of kind of the veneer option. It's not bad, but once you tasted the solid wood, you don't want to see anything else. And you can see how the veneer is not as nice as the solid wood. If you want though, there's also light frame options available and different desktop materials. We're talking about oak and maple. So if you want a little bit lighter room or design, feel free to customize it. There's lots of options available. In terms of setup time, it probably took us a couple of hours to put it together. And obviously we were chatting a little bit in the meantime, but if you don't get the cabinet to me took the longest. Putting the desk together, that was like easy and took quite fast. A lot of the screw holes underneath the desk are already drilled in and they're metal. So all the screws, so you're not just screwing into wood, there's actually metal framing of this. It's just really high quality and I'm super happy with it. So I spoke to Vernal and I got a special discount code for you. So the first 200 orders, if you go through the links in the video description below, you get an extra free desk mat, which I wish we got, okay? And then also a solid wood storage tray worth up to $100. Plus, you get a 6% discount when using the link below. Oh, I forgot that the chair that I'm sitting on is from Vernal as well. This is really nice. I like that the back is really nice lumbar support. It's black, it fits with the theme. It is affordable compared to some of the other chairs out there. And the back is complete mesh. So even in the summer when it gets really hot, it's very nice ventilation. So go check that out as well if you want to. Now, arguably one of the most important things on a work from home setup, if you're doing anything online, is the actual webcam. And this is where our video sponsor OBSbot and their Meet 2 webcam comes in. Jokes aside, this is probably the best $100 webcam that you can get. Why is it so good? Let's talk about it. Number one, there's multiple colors available, so you can pick one that fits your setup the best. Number two, it's not a 1080p webcam. It's a 4K webcam that goes 30 frames per second. And a large sensor is very good for low light performance. So even if your lighting in your room is not particularly amazing, you still get a really good crispy quality of the webcam. It's got phase detection autofocus, which usually is on a very expensive cameras, which means that you'll never be out of focus. It'll always focus on the subject. Even if you put something onto the camera, it's just really fast focusing. It's got adaptive portrait or landscape mode. If you're prepared to have your webcam portrait, voila, you just flip the webcam around and you can do that. By the way, the webcam stand is magnetic, so you can easily just move it up to portrait or sideways to landscape mode. It's very, very easy, but the magnet is strong enough that it still holds the webcam in place and it just doesn't fly off. The built-in dual microphones have really good noise reduction and audio quality. Also, they've got really cool hand gestures for AI. So if you want to zoom in, because it's got AI reframing. So if you are walking around, maybe you're presenting something on the webcam, by just having a hand gesture, it will follow you and actually reframe you so you're always in the same place inside the picture, which is pretty cool in a tiny one that doesn't have a gimbal attached to it. Now, if you wish, there's a ton of professional settings and adjustments that you can make in their software to make the camera look how you would like. But to me, the best feature of all is just plug and play. You just plug it into your computer, whether Windows or Mac, and it just works. You don't need to install any drivers, you don't need to configure anything. If you don't want to, it just works. And because it's very, very small, you can easily just carry it on with your laptop setup. It's an incredible upgrade to your already integrated laptop webcam. If you want to include OBSbot on your setup, go check it out in the video description below. Next is the display. And this is something that I'm super excited about, okay? So display is one of those things that you're like, should we really spend that much on it? You know, that's really expensive. And that display that we have there, if you click on the links in the description below, you'll find that, ooh, that might be a little bit expensive. So here's our reasoning, and that's why they're splurging a little bit on this device here. This monitor is QOLED, and the monitor is one of the things that you're going to be looking at all of the time when working on this setup. The picture quality is second to none. I mean all the bells and whistles what you want. As a creator, if you're looking for a color accurate monitor, the Delta E is less than 2 according to the specs. But the factory calibrated sheet, this here that came with the product, that's Delta E's 0.57. That's ridiculous. So this is factory calibrated already. The color accuracy is super accurate. So if you want to do a color professional work on it, it's amazing. Secondly, if you think that your color space is not supported with it, it's 99% TCIEP3 color space, super wide color gamut, it's amazing. All the specs don't stop there. It's 4K and 32 inch, so plenty of pixels and plenty of screen real estate. It's also 165 Hertz. So even if you don't like gaming on it, the screen is gonna be so smooth. It's got a KVM switch built into it. So the idea for this monitor is whether you're plugged into the PC that comes with the desk, we'll get to that in a minute, that's another amazing thing, or you come with a laptop, you have 2 separate options because you've got a USB upstream port on the back of the monitor to connect keyboard and mice or like the webcam to the actual PC. And if you want to switch, you just come with your work laptop. There's one USB-C cable, plug it in. It does everything. 65 watt charging. You get video and audio, the KVM switch, so the USB port on the monitor as well. So everything will be connected directly to your laptop. It's super amazing. It's also got the display port output, which is a little bit of an interesting part, which means that if you've got 2 of them, you know, let's say you're just like, I want 2, okay, might as well. Then you can connect them together with one cable. So data chain them together rather than just connecting them all to your PC. There's built-in speakers that are not too bad actually. I've seen some speakers, like I've got some very expensive monitors back in the studio and the built-in speakers are terrible. This in there, not too bad. Oh, and if you're a gamer, it's got a ton of other features and stuff for you to check out. It's a gaming monitor, okay? But this is one of those monitors that's actually for creators and gamers. So if you do want to plug in your Nintendo Switch later on, get the hub, plug it in, or do some gaming on whatever PC, then it's just absolutely fantastic for that. I'm not really bothered about that. If you want to pick it up, check it out in the video description below. There's also a 27-inch version available, which is a little bit cheaper if you don't think the 32 is big enough, but I didn't want to go for dual monitor setup, just one, boom, it's sorted. Moving on to the silent PC, we're using something called Arctic Sensor. I haven't seen any of these PCs before. This is an under-desk PC. You basically screw it in underneath the desk. It's completely passive. It's so weird working on a computer and you don't hear it at all. It's completely silent, doesn't make any sound. But it's actually powerful enough to just run your home PC. If you want, there's plenty of ports for USB ports, display ports, networking 2.5 gig LAN, Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3, they're really fast. And the actual I/O or front panel I/O comes on the front of the desk next to our Vernal up and down, where you can just turn the PC on, reset it. You've got headphones and mic, USB-C, USB Type A port. It's just a really cool PC that I haven't seen anything like that on the market before. If you're into something like that and want to make your desk into kind of a work PC, if you're working just at home and you're not doing any heavy video or photo editing, in fact, the Ryzen 5700G on it is powerful enough to do decent basic video and photo editing. But if you go any further, I'd probably want a dedicated graphics card or something like that. But it's powerful enough to do any home office tasks, and that's why I like it, while being 100% silent. No, the fans are never gonna kick in because it doesn't have any, okay? One of the downside is maybe the upgradability. You can't really upgrade the CPU, even though it is AM4 socket, but this is one of the best CPUs that you can get for that. The 5800G, yeah, but it doesn't really make any sense. You can upgrade the RAM if you wanted to, but it's DDR4. Finally, the keyboard and the mouse, and these are actually very, very affordable. So there's kind of some mix of expensive and affordable things. These are from Aola, and they're from a website called WhatGeek. I think they're available in different places as well, but I'll leave them linked in the description below if you want to check out. But basically, what was important to us is that they're wireless and they're multi-connective. So you can connect them wired, Bluetooth, or 2.5 gigahertz receivers. But now, because most of the receivers are plugged into the monitor, we can just switch between our laptops or the Sensor PC super easily, and it's a mechanical keyboard. The reason why we went for the full-size keyboard is because when working from home, numpad is often very helpful. So when you type in numbers, you can be a lot faster on the numpad. There are different colors available for the keyboard and mouse, but we wanted the dark and black because it fits our color theme. And I spoke with WhatGeek as well, and I managed to get a discount code for you. Use the links in the description below and use our discount code. You'll find it down there. You'll get 12% off. Oh, and they've got built-in battery that lasts a long time, which is also very important.